Hello, full roller fans. Today we have an interesting video for you. We're going to be going way back in time. So this is the ball that we'll be highlighting today. It is a 1967 Black Diamond Rubber bowling ball. This is the ball that Walter Ray uses for his spares. But in the 60s, it was a strike ball and a spare ball and an everything ball. As you know, way back then, when they bowled on shellac lanes and lacquer lanes and wood lanes, they only had these rubber balls. And those lanes back then didn't really hook much. They're not like the synthetic lanes today. Like if you take a synthetic lane today and you remove the oil, as we know, anything, even plastic balls, go crazy and hook across the lane. But those lanes back then basically had very little to no oil on them. But the lane itself was very slick. So there was not much built-in hook in the lane itself. So the way you played the lanes was very straight. Basically like everything was a long pattern. Like you're always bowling on Badger or something because you couldn't really get much hook. So I'm going to be trying this ball. I have it at 2000 grit. I put 2000 grit on it, and that was really messy to do. I'm not sure in the very, very old days if they even did anything about putting grits on ball. They just basically took them out of the box and bowled with them, and they didn't really do anything to them. There was a time when people started putting grits on ball, and the Bowling Congress was like, whoa, you can't do that. You can't change the surface because it'll make the game easier. Can you imagine that? Back then, they wanted bowling to remain difficult. Well, let me tell you, bowling with a rubber ball on a modern house shot, even if the house shot's a little bit burned up, and you have low revs like me and not much ball speed, that's really, really hard. So this is a Storm mix. What is a mix? A mix is a polyester bowling ball. I know some people say it's urethane, and even on the website it says hard urethane or something, some formula urethane. But I talked to Storm and they said that no, actually what it is 80% polyester and 20% urethane to give it durability and hardness. So it's mostly polyester. This is similar to those Columbia yellow dots that came out much later, like in the late 80s, which were mostly just polyester and urethane mixed to make them really hard. So this ball may be stronger than this ball. They're both at 2000 grit. I don't know what's going to happen with them. But let's find out, right? And then as far as layout goes, well, it's just the CG dead center in the palm. This is what they called the old label layout. This is the layout that everybody used forever and ever and ever since the dawn of time till now. They wanted the bowling balls to be balanced, to have as little static weight on any side so that they would go straight. And that was the old school, right? So today we're going old school on new school lanes. And accuracy will be a premium, control of your target will be a premium, hitting half a board every single time perfectly with the perfect speed and rotation will be a premium. So let's see what we can do. Now, I did bring my gray Rhino, and I'm going to warm up with that just to get loose so that when I start throwing these, I'm not like spraying them all over the place like a crazy person. All right, let's see what we get. Okay, so I bowled a game with the Rhino, and the lane, let's just say the Rhino was so strong at 1000 grit that I had to eventually just play it straight up the second arrow in whatever oil there was. So this is good. In the 1960s, the amount of oil on the lane was only like 4 mils, and most house shots have 24 mils, so that's not much oil. But the lanes were slicker, so that kind of counteracted that. But let's see. So I'm going to start with my feet on 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Well, I'll wait for this girl to go because she just walked in front of me. And that's the way it's going to be, so be prepared for that kind of stuff. Okay, so I'm going to stand on the 5 board and I'm going to target the 7 board. Remember, I'm using my right foot as my plant foot. So here I go. I'm going to go right up 7. Let's see what happens. Whoops. Wow. That's ridiculous. That is absurd. I missed and hit 8 and went Brooklyn. This is a rubber ball, man. Maybe I should have put that 2000 grit on it because that ain't working the way I expected it to. That thing rolled early. But I only threw one spare shot with it, so it only had one little stripe of oil on it. So let's get some oil into the ball and try to calm it down. Because right now it's acting all like I'm the urethane first shot ball. All right, let's wipe it down. All right, and let's try to make the spare here. After she throws her twirly bird, okay. Whoops, where am I standing? Okay, here we go. Will it go? Whew, just barely. Oh my God, it started to hook, and I threw that through the middle. All right, this ball is surprisingly strong at 2000 grit for a rubber ball with no core, no nothing. Conventional grip, because I use a conventional grip. Label drill, just CG right in the middle, so nothing, it's fairly balanced statically, so there's nothing fancy to make it hook more. There's nothing about this ball to make it hook more, except I put 2000 on it, and it doesn't have much oil on it, but it's starting to get a little oilier now, so hopefully it starts calming down, because I really don't want to move in with the rubber ball. That's kind of silly, actually. So, okay, so let's try that again. We're going to go 5-7. Here we go. Right foot on 5, targeting 7. Let's see if we can hit our target. Nope, apparently not. And it goes Brooklyn again. Wow. Very unfortunate. I'm yanking the ball left. That's me, by the way. I'm yanking the ball left. I need to get more oil on this ball. Yeah, these lanes don't have a lot of oil on them. League just finished, and so I was hoping that League would break the lane down, get most of the oil off, get it back down to 1960 levels, at least on the outside. And apparently it did that and perhaps more. So, I don't know. All right, let's try to make this. I'll wait for the girl to go. We'll see what we got here. See if I can make this. Nope. Oh, maybe. Oh, no. Yeah, I missed a little right. That's okay. Okay, so hopefully the ball is getting a little slicker now, and I can start trying to get it to hold. And also, there's always like, I have to actually throw the ball well. And so that's kind of what I want to point out, is that in the old days, nothing really helped you, right? The ball wasn't helping you, the lane wasn't helping you, the oil pattern wasn't helping you. And then who knows how inconsistent it was, right? You just had to be like so accurate. All right, here we go. 5-7, trying again. Let's try to hit the target this time. It's a little better. Nope. Wow, that's crazy. I don't think it's going to hold at all over there. Well, so much for this experiment. What the hell, man? Why is that rubber ball leaping across the lane? I have to polish this thing. This is not what I thought was going to happen. But this is kind of what I want to point out to you, is that modern synthetic lanes, like you're seeing I'm bowling on now, when they get depleted of oil, they have like so much friction in them. But those lanes of the past did not have a lot of friction in them. They're basically like shuffleboard. So you could just float something right over it, right? And the course to the pocket was very straight, like down and in, right at the pocket, hit your one board, and be okay. So now I'm going to try to make this. for that thing. Wow, it wanted to hook. Okay, so I'm gonna, I guess I'll have to move the target in. It seems silly to do that, right? With a rubber ball. But unfortunately, I'm bowling on a synthetic lane with not much oil on it, using a 1967 ball, which goes to show you that these rubber balls are not weak little things that don't hook. It's pretty strong, right? I mean, if it's hooking on this lane, with my extremely low rev rate, then I'm just saying. All right, so I'm gonna change the target to 8. I'm gonna move my feet 3 left. I'm just gonna go 3 and 1. See what happens here. There, what about that? Oh, flat 10. And there, you know, actually kind of rung it slightly, but that's the problem, right? That is the problem. So if you move in with the rubber ball into the oil, then even though it hit the pocket pretty square, it just doesn't have the oomph. It doesn't have the continuation to get through the pins. And so now you're left with a bunch of corners, right? I don't even know if I can make this 10 pin, honestly, the way this ball is hooking on this lane. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Maybe. Get over there. Oh, look at that. It tried to hook. Why is this ball hooking? Okay, I want to strike with this ball. But it's kind of done that trap to me, right? If I try to play it in the dry, it goes, oh, where'd my 10 pin go? What the heck? All right, reset. Okay, that ain't resetting. All right, where the heck is my reset thing? Oh, it's resetting. Okay, good. Just a little delayed. Okay. I mean, I don't like the 10 pin, so I'm welcome to not have it, but you know, then we would be in 9 pin. All right, so what I'm trying to say is that I got this rubber ball. It's hooking too much. But if I move inside with it, I move my target inside to the oil, then it doesn't hook enough. So what do I got to do to get the ball to go to 3 pins? Well, in the modern game of bowling, they expect you to throw out to the right a little, to try to use that friction to bounce it back, and then, you know, get it to come back. And I'm not very good at that. I'm one of those kind of guys, I just want to go straight at it. But, you know, let's try it. So I'm going to go, I was on 5, 4, I'm going to go to 3 board. And I'm going to go to 2 board, wait, 10, 9, I'm going to go to 8 board and play 7. 8 to 7. A little bit of a belly. There, what about that? Wow. Look at that. That's absurd. So I just bellied the ball slightly. And it crushed. That's a rubber ball, friends. A 1967 simple cork-filled rubber ball with a conventional grip and a simple label layout which balances the ball so it doesn't have any static dynamics of any type. And 2000 grit on a modern house shot, a little dry on the outside due to the league, and I'm just, and my super low rev rate, which is like 100, right? Let's try that again. So we're going to go, I'm standing on 8, throwing on 7, a slight belly. Let's see what happens. Just like that. Come back, baby. Look at that. Okay, it came in light, but you can see that it still hit pretty hard. It carried out 9 of the pins, leaving just the dumb 7 pin. And that hit was nice. Very nice. So, not sure.
Did it mess you up over here?
No. No. You're not going to mess me up. I'll move my stuff over so it's not in your way. Oh, you got a nice ball. I like that.
Oh, I was just one of the ones that I don't.
Oh yeah, I was going to say that's an ebonite gyro.
Yeah,
That's a classic rubber bowling ball. I have a rubber bowling ball too,
Oh, nice.
a 1967 rubber ball. So a guy just came next to me. He's gonna bowl, and he just grabbed an ebonite gyro right out of the house balls, and he's going to use that, and that's pretty cool actually. It's a nice looking ball too. It's in good shape. I guess it's rubber time, people. All right, let's see if I can make this. Okay, I'm shooting a spare with the rubber ball. Let's see if I can do it. Uh-oh, I missed right. Hooked, baby, hooked. It hooked. I threw it slow enough that it hooked. Thank God. All right, so it's just seeing what I can do with this. Just seeing what I can do with this. So the lanes are burned enough, and 2,000 grit seems to be enough that I can get the ball to recover if I kind of shoot it a little to the right, which is good. So it doesn't really lose much energy if it gets through that head oil a tad. So it's similar to the way you would play a resin ball. You know, you want to get in and wing it out to the dry and back. But I prefer the stand way right and throw straight at the pocket with something that holds. But let's try this. So here we go. Standing on 8 board, targeting 7, trying to get the ball to belly in. Let's try again. Here we go. Oh, that's way out there. Come on. Hold, 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 hold. Yes. Now see, that's what I love about rubber. You saw that the ball got out a little further than I wanted, and it grabbed and it made its course back. But then as it was pushing towards the pocket, at some point, it did what we in the business call the hook set. That means that once it got rolling, it kind of just stayed there and it held pocket, which is like a really, really, really great, wonderful thing that I love. A lot of people like to see the ball continue, but if this ball had continued, I would have gone through the nose. Let's try it again. Here we go, 2-7. I keep saying 2-7, it's 8-7. It's 2 to the, I'll explain this in a second. Way out. What's it gonna do? Hold pocket, hold pocket. See that? And it just holds pocket. I'm throwing it to the dry and getting it to come back and hold pocket. That's just like such a great thing. I really, really love that. I love throwing rubber. What can I say? I'm a 1960s style full roller who missed his era, man. I wish I could go back in those days and just be a bowler back then. My dad was a bowler back then. Very good tournament bowler, shot 300s, won the Coca-Cola championship, so on and so forth, using his 16-pound rubber ball that I couldn't even pick up when I was a kid. And his span was so long that it's like absurd, right? All right, let's try this again. I'm standing on 8, targeting 7, just trying to get it out there a little bit. Let's see what we get. Hold pocket, baby, hold pocket. Look at that, it just holds pocket. That's like ridiculous. So all I have to do is just kind of get it over there a little bit, and it just keeps stroking. This is absurd. I wish all balls worked like this. I mean, that's ridiculous. And I know that for a lot of really good semi-rollers and great bowlers, they can make resin and urethane do this kind of thing. I can't. My rev rate is too low, my speed is too low. When I try to use those strong balls, they just go crazy. You know, they either overhook or underhook, and it's a nightmare. And when they start making their course, it's not a true course. Okay, now let me explain this about when I said I'm standing on 2, targeting 7. In my system, I use the second dot, the second arrow dot, as my starting point, and I count right. So I'm 2 right of that, which is 8, but to me it's called 2. Let's try to make the same shot again. What will that do? I don't think it's coming back. Nah, it's, oh shit. Okay, yeah, that one I kind of missed at the bottom, and it just kind of didn't have anything of interest on it. So let's see if I can make this. It's a 10th frame, of course. So the game I was bowling is going to be destroyed. But I wasn't really focusing on that, right? I was just trying to figure out what I could do. Whoops. A rubber ball came back and it wasn't mine. Okay, there it is. All right, can I make this spare? How do you even make a spare like this? It's like the 4, 5, 7. All right, let's think about it. How would I do it with the rubber ball? I think if I just... All right, let's try this. This is just a guess. Don't expect anything. Hook a little bit. Hook a little bit. Nah. Nope. A little too far to the right. Misjudged it. All right, well, that was the end of that game. And it was a, what was this game? I don't even know what my score was. I'm just fooling around. I had one open. Oh, it's 192. So I bowled a 192 with a rubber ball. A 1967 rubber ball on modern lanes. Let's try the mix. Let's see what the mix does. Let's try a game with the mix. So here we go. All right. Will the mix hook more? Will it hook less? Will it be better? Will it be worse? I don't know. Let's try our first shot with the mix. So what should I do? Let's do the same thing. Let's not waste any time. Let's do the same exact shot that I was just making, which is standing on 8 board, targeting 7 with a little belly, little baby belly. And let's see if the mix will do the comeback stuff and hold pocket. That's out there around 6. Look at that, see that? And because it's stronger, as soon as it sees that dry, you see how it rolled? Wow, why is the pin still falling? All right, that mix apparently has some magic powers I didn't know about. But you saw what happened. It just rolled forward. The reason it rolled forward is because even though it also is at 2,000 grit and it's only a pancake wake block ball and it only has a label layout with a CG in the center and 2,000 grit, it's just a stronger cover stock. And so it just rolls out. It just rolls out and goes forward, which is what you do not want, right? But the rubber ball retains energy and continues across the lane. All right, let's try to pick this crap up. Maybe if I get more oil on the ball, it'll be better. Go, baby, go. Okay, that's so straight. Okay, so this ball is really straight, which makes me think that because it's so straight, I might be able to move right and throw it more at the pocket. Let's try that. Let's try that. But I really like the rubber ball. The Black Diamond was pretty cool, I must admit. But the mix is getting the oil on it. Now remember, the mix is mostly plastic. It does have some urethane for hardness, which probably gives it more traction, but it is mostly plastic. So once this girl gets done thinking about what she wants to do, I will make my shot. All right, I'm going to move back to 5 board, 5 right of the second dot, second arrow, and I'm going to try to target 7. Let's just see if it goes perfect or if it holds. I got it out 6. Come on, roll, 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 baby! Oh Lord, okay. As soon as I let it go, and it got to 6 around the arrows, it was dead. The ball just lost all its energy, and you saw it. It rolled all the way with nothing. And that's why it left that 4, 5, 7. It just bounced off the pins. So the mix is very strong. Way stronger than the Black Diamond, which is not desirable. It's desirable for some people with higher speed, revs, or whatever. But for me, on these lanes, this is a bad look. What would be the adjustment? Well, I'd probably do the same thing I did with my gray Rhino, which is I have to move the target into the oil, but then I risk the ball not doing anything. And that's what we don't like. So let's try to make this. and see what happens. That's got a chance. Touch that one on the right. Oh, God. Oh, did it touch it? I thought it touched it. Maybe not. Maybe not. I thought it bounced a little bit and hit the 5, and I must have been wrong. I kind of turned my back at that last second. All right. Okay, let's try to go direct. Because it ain't working from way out there, because the ball, it isn't that the ball overreacts, it's just it dies so fast that it's got nothing. So this ball needs some oil, but it needs to be thrown straight. So this is a very straight ball. Let's see if I can get this ball to do what I want. Oh, that's a good shot back. Nice. Good shot. Good shot. All right. So we're going to go, I'm going to still stand on 5, but I'm just going to move the target into 8. Let's go down and in, friends. What about that? Hold, baby, hold. Wow, it hit really hard, but it didn't hold worth a damn. Okay, that ain't working. So you can see the ball had more energy though. So now I'm going to move my feet in and keep the target the same. So I was standing 5, targeting 8. I'm going to go, what, 3-8? Probably 3-8. Yeah, I think 3-8. Hey, where did my pins go? All right, I get another try. All right, that's fine. I didn't reset that, it just reset itself. All right, so here we go. We're going to go 3-8. Let's see what happens. So 2 boards left with the foot, and we're going to go right up 8. I have a feeling the ball will not come back, but let's find out. Take that. Oh, that's so sad. So now you see the problem, right? So I moved the feet in to make sure the ball did not have so much angle right to left that it went Brooklyn, and now the ball can't hook, right? So that's what happens with these. This is a problem that happens to me a lot, which is a unique problem. The problem is the ball is too strong to play in the dry, but too weak to play in the oil. But this ball doesn't have the dynamics and continuation of the rubber ball, which is strange, right? I know it sounds weird to say that. And so the result is it bounces off, and if I try to continue it out and get it to come back, it doesn't come back. And that's basically the problem. And my ball ain't coming back. It's lost. Okay, let me stop the video, and I'll come back once my ball comes back.